Okay, so think about this on a Monday. The U.S. government shutdown is now just 1 day shy of becoming the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. It's set to beat a 35-day record set back during President Donald Trump's first term. So the impact is hitting dinner tables all over the United States. Over the weekend, tens of millions of Americans were expected to lose federal food benefits called SNAP. So enter two federal judges who say the Trump administration has to use emergency funds to keep SNAP payments going. So the White House had until today to figure out how exactly they'll pull that off. Meanwhile, in a 60-minute sit-down with CBS News' Norah O'Donnell, the president continues to blame Democrats for the shutdown.
Danielle Grant is starving.
I'm trying to see if I can get some food because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're going to try to make ends meet, and we can.
Desperate for food, nowhere to go. Grant and many others got to the Hope Line today just to make an appointment to come back later in the week for food. Resources are slim, leaving 40% of Bronxites without money to feed themselves. Some still in shock.
You heard things before, but it's like, they're not going to let people starve. That's ridiculous, but it's like, no, that's literally like what's happening.
We hope the food pantries maintain open, because if they don't stay open, I really don't know what we're going to do next.
We asked people their reaction to hearing that the Trump administration will partially fund the SNAP program. People say it's not going to do much. They have families to feed and already struggled at the end of every month when they were receiving the full amount.
News regarding food stamp SNAP benefits. The administration appealed the court's ruling compelling the government to pay out full benefits to SNAP recipients yesterday. However, some states as of today have decided to use emergency funds to go ahead and load SNAP benefits for beneficiaries. Those states include Virginia, Vermont, Rhode Island, New Mexico, Hawaii, Delaware, Maryland, Oregon, and California. Check your state and see if you received any benefits, and also remember that you can also call the United Way. And some cities are giving away free bus passes that will get people back and forth to the food pantry in order to get the food that they greatly need. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll keep you updated.
Kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching a video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you.
Government shutdown is very sad. Like, it's the longest in history and it's very sad. And I know right now, the mass media controls the world. So whatever they're talking about and whatever's trending is what we tend to focus on. But it's 1,000 times worse than that. I know right now we're just focusing on how sad it is for people that get food stamps to not get their stamps. And it looks like those are trickling in. Like that judge in Rhode Island was like, listen, I'm not playing with y'all. This is what y'all gonna do. Kudos to him for stepping up. So that's fucking awful, right? But those are just the food stamp recipients, right, that we're focusing on. Think about how deep this shit really go. Because think about how expensive it's been in this nation for the last couple of years, period. And right now it's just out of control. So think about all the working people, right? That never, that were living paycheck to paycheck, that couldn't make ends meet as it is, but didn't qualify for food stamps. And now they're not getting a check. Those people are going hungry as well, right? Thus the food banks come in handy. Those people are going hungry as well, right? I remember before I had my life together, before I was financially literate, and I got this amazing career as a nurse, and I was working as an aide, and I was living check to check. I remember living check to check. And when it was time for that check to come, like, I would have it in my mind what I had to pay and what I had to do. Oh, I just got $10 left. Just got to make it till Thursday. You know, barely had gas to get back and forth to work, but I was waiting on my Thursday. Now imagine if your Thursday come and go, then the next one come and go, and the next one, and you don't get your money. This shit runs deep and deeper than food. You know, people were relying on this beginning of the month to pay their mortgages. I heard people calling in on the radio. I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage. People that were trying to make a move to buy property or something to make their life better. And now they're going to have a late missed payment on their credit. Think about all the people that credit scores that they've been working years to build are about to drop 150 points because they ain't going to be able to make their car notes this month. You know, or pay their mortgage or pay their student loans or whatever it is that people have to pay. So we talking about credit scores going down. We talking about people potentially maybe losing their apartments or housing if they can't catch up, because Donald Trump is saying he might not even pay people back money. If I was already living paycheck to paycheck, my rent's $2,000. That was half of my check for 1 month. I'm a government worker. I get 2 checks a month, sometimes 3. How the hell am I going to catch up now to $4,000, $6,000? Like, you got to think this runs so much deeper. Like, so many people are affected. They said it's 1.4 million government workers going without checks. They laid off 700,000, 600,000, still got to go to work, but ain't getting paid. Okay, I don't got no money. How am I supposed to get gas to get back and forth to work, to the airport? TSA and other essential workers. You know, ruining people's lives. Like, when we said don't vote for this man, it really is sad that this man who's been rich and entitled his whole life really bamboozled poor people into thinking he was going to be fighting for them, and got y'all to really come out to the polls in droves and vote for this man. And now look, a lot of government workers before this were laid off. He shut down departments. He's saying now he might not give, people like nurses loan forgiveness. That might not happen now. I mean, and I've been a paycheck to paycheck person in my life. Like, I have been there. I have been in the struggle. I grew up in poverty. I have been there. So this shit's on my mind every day, and I'm not even going through it. But just knowing that this is happening to someone else in America is insane.
This is a sad, teachable moment. This is a sad, teachable moment for you all, yo. Now, hear me out, yo. He took that woman. He took the black woman and reduced you to the lowest motherfucking barrel. He reduced you to the lowest barrel. I'm talking spiritually here, nigga. He reduced you to the lowest barrel. You understand what the fuck I'm saying, yo? And ain't a hope, I wish, I knew, nothing that can save your motherfucking ass right now. You understand what I'm saying? And I hate that for her. I truly hate that for her, yo. You understand what I'm saying, yo? Because that shit is fucking beyond me right now. You understand what I'm saying? He took you and reduced you to the lesser barrel. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a very fucked up time in history to see the fate of her. I'm talking black woman, my nigga. I'm talking black woman. And I feel for you. I feel for her right now. The sympathy I have for you right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because ain't no motherfucking, it's nothing that can save you. Psychologically, he reduced you to the lowest fucking form. And this is for, even if you're not on EBT. If you're not on EBT, it don't matter. Any facet of life, of psychology that you brought into this motherfucker, your ideologies, your ego, whatever the case may be, it's all coming motherfucking full circle, bitch. And let me hear you saying, let me hear you out right quick. Ain't nothing that can save that shit. Or what you think a motherfucker should be for you. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? And this shit is coming to crumble. Full circle. You know what I mean? Because he reduced you psychologically to the lowest form of a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? And you submitted to that fucking evil motherfucker. You submitted to his teaching. You understand what I'm saying? And the last Adam he's going to use of you all, you understand that? Brought into that fucking stupid shit. The last Adam he's going to motherfucking reduce you to is the motherfucking mate with you in the name of reincarnation, because that's the only way he could ever fuck with a nigga like me. A nigga like us. You understand what I'm saying? My motherfucking coming back into motherfucking melanin. If your portal is motherfucking good enough, shorty, like I'm saying, he reduced you to the lowest form. And I hate that for her, yo. I hate that for her, yo. I truly, truly do hate that for shorty. Like I'm saying? Because it ain't have to be that way, bro. It ain't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, yeah? And I hate that for her. But that motherfucking, and the only thing, you just going, you dumb, deaf, and fucking blind at this motherfucking point. You know what I'm saying? For real. And you gonna motherfucking die alone, dumb, deaf, and blind. And a motherfucking straight cat wouldn't want to be with your motherfucker around your motherfucking stupid ass because you bought into that stupid fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? You bought into that fucking stupid shit, man. And I mean, and when it comes to the motherfucking niggas, it's too late. It's the real motherfucking, I'm talking about the real spiritual steppers out here. It's too late. Who the fuck would want to deal with that shit? Now, rising. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the fuck I want to say about that shit right there. Because that shit is crazy to me. And it's crazy to me. And we all say, oh, motherfucking, the world is shifting. The world is shifting. Hey, listen, let me tell you, the world is shifting. The world is shifting because of the silence of the man. The silence of the motherfucking man. You understand what I'm saying? That's the loudest cry. That's the loudest fucking cry for change, nigga. That's the loudest fucking cry for change. You understand what I'm saying? That's the loudest cry for change. And everything's shifting because of the man. You know what I'm saying? This is tribal shit right here. This is tribal psychology right here. Motherfuckers start breaking down into tribes, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the loudest fucking cry for change. You know what I'm saying? That's why the fucking system is shifting. We give the motherfuckers way too much power than what the fuck. We give the motherfuckers way too much power. We give the motherfuckers way too much credit. The system is shifting because the man is waking up. That's the loudest cry for change, nigga. And it has to change. You know what I'm saying? Because once niggas start doing that shit and stop buying to that shit, ain't nothing that can save a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? But back to the woman. He reduced you. And it saddens my heart. He reduced you to the lowest atom of a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? He reduced you to the lowest atom. Ain't nothing that can save you. And this is for, not just for the motherfucking project bitch. You understand what I'm saying? This is for the high maintenance woman. This is for the motherfucking sorority sister. All your ideologies is being challenged, nigga. All that shit is being challenged. And we living in them times, all that shit is being challenged. You understand what I'm saying? And ain't a motherfucker that can save you. All that shit is being challenged to the throne. You know what I'm saying? And truth will prevail. Truth will prevail. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, nigga. Act like the fuck you know, man. Shit, and all that shit is gonna come to be dwindled with. And you motherfuckers will suffer. Because y'all bought into that shit. And likewise but I'm waking up to that shit. That shit is false. Everything is, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And now with the AI, you trying to motherfucking, with the AI shit, you trying to replace him for a fucking boogeyman? You trying to replace him with a motherfucking boogeyman other than your motherfucking self, because you know you lose your motherfucking power. And your reign is over. And you know the only thing that can motherfucking keep a motherfucking psychologically bondage to this fucking reality is fear. So now he's the boogeyman. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking geek. You fucking get the fuck out of here, you fucking nerd. The fuck up out of here, man. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, talking about some motherfucking AI and nuclear bombs. Nobody give a fuck. You ain't doing shit. Do that shit. Shit, I call bluffs around this motherfucker. Do that shit. That honestly, that'd be a good reparations. Blow this shit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? This shit is overdue. We need a fucking do-over. Blow this shit the fuck up. Nobody give a fuck about that shit, bro. I ain't scared of motherfuckers. I ain't scared of y'all motherfuckers no more. The fuck out of here now. Y'all trying to place AI so we can be scared of that. The fuck out of here, man. The fuck about it. I call bluffs for that shit, bro. I'm saying, the fuck, remember who you be. And that's the main thing I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? And I know that was a motherfucking breath full, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Not saying all that shit, bro. Okay? So I'm gonna holler at you on the next one.